We're going to be talking about uncertain time, especially when it comes to dating, especially if the world is changing. We got to be able to survive and adapt and change the ways that how we're going to be doing things from here on forward. So stay tuned. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling My King. I help transform women to create lasting love through Vedic astrology, neuroscience, and transactional analysis so that she becomes the queen of love. And specifically, we're going to be talking about uncertain times, especially when it comes to dating. The world is changing and we gotta survive in order to adapt and change our way of how we're going to be doing things. I know there's a lot of people who are asking, hey, how are we going to do this and how are we going to be successful in finding love? That's a very good point here. So we already know that arousal is important and anxiety is important, especially when it comes to dating and especially uncertain times. So I feel it's so important to be safe, and whatever state or province, country, whatever, wherever you live in this world, please really obey certain laws and government as much as you can, because the last thing I want you to do is risk your own safety, your own family and friends. So I really want to stress that point, that please don't act impulsive and really come up with a plan, especially if you're meeting with somebody that you never have met and you only had a few phone conversation, and there's so much hormone and infatuation that's happening in between these connections. It's so important that you understand where this anxiety is coming from, why it's actually happening, and really own to it. So in other words, finding a solution for each individual one. Why am I specifically talking about that? Because that's dealing with your anxiety. That's not suppressing it. It's not neglecting it. It's really addressing what's the problem and finding a solution for it. And having it written down on a piece of paper is key, and it is actually vital. Overcoming any negative, any insecurity is a really key to be any successful situation. You have to come up with a solution and a plan. And if you didn't already know your 5 non-negotiable lists, and if you do have it, I want you to go ahead and write a comment down below, because that's sharing is caring, because people just don't know what are a few things, but it's totally different for each individual person. I want you to watch that video because that's so important to have in the back of your mind. So yes, maybe you want to venture out, and maybe this is a good time for dating because things are picking up and everything's just either opening or definitely might be closing. There's so many uncertainties that happen. So you have to come up with a plan here. The first one, we already talked about your 5 non-negotiable lists. That is going to rule out who are you really going to spend time and connect with. We always want to have some sort of conversation, either through the phone or having some sort of filter, to see if, they turn you on through your ears and they sound like, somebody you can have a seat conversation with. And especially if you're not feeling safe for whatever reason, if you want them to get tested for whatever, if they are okay with their immune system, I honestly, before meeting with them, have that phone discussion and see what each other's safety boundaries are. Because the last thing what you want to do is not knowing, have this whole anxiety and fear about it. I think really important that now moving forward, people are either asking the passport in the sense of if you got it done, you know what I mean? I just don't want to get my video flag here. That's why I'm not really pointing what it is. And things will change for sure and might not have it. Your state might not have it, your country might not have it. So it really varies, and certain restaurants are requiring it. It depends on what activities are you doing. So really have that open discussion, because I think in any start of any relationship is being honest about your health and where you stand and what your views are. It's not really about debatable. either they have it according to you guys are on the same page about it, or you're completely totally different about it. If you're completely different, you don't have to go on that date. So I just want to stress that out right now. You don't have to go on those dates where you feel like, you know what, they don't really meet the same standard of where my health level is, and it's just not a right fit right now, and that's okay. So you just move on to the next. I think it's so important to have this as a phone conversation than it is through text message, because it's so easy to, like, you know, dibber and dabber, you tell a white lie, and it's just, a woman got to use her instincts, and that's really key about being in the feminine energy, is being really receptive. What information is being given to you, and that's how you're being receptive. So that's all I really want to talk about. But maybe you had to come up with different solutions about, you know, being safe, and that's what I wanted this video about, is dating uncertain time and how to be safe. Maybe share a couple stories that how you were successful meeting a couple people, either through online dating and it moved on to a phone conversation and it moved forward to a different stage about it. So that is really where I want to have this conversation. And I want to thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, I do have a membership on YouTube now, so I'm going to be doing a lot of Q&A, so definitely join, and then we're going to do Q&A and you can bring up some of your story, and I love wanting to share that information and solution focus as well. All right, if there's a will, there is a way. Just remember that. All right, bye now. Look, if you're serious about being fearless in love and ready to be treated like a queen, links is down below to book a time. I got over 100 videos on YouTube, and I post new videos every week. So make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You get notified when new videos goes live. If your friend is actually stuck in love, share and like my video. I do take requests on topics and answer your burning question about your relationship. So just leave a comment down below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.